So I finally tell you, I secured the bag. Hey KiHiVE, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video because I know you're interested in what I have to say today. If you haven't done so already, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to become part of KiHiVE. And also all new subscribers, thank you so much for joining. Let's get right into today's video. Alright y'all, so I can finally tell y'all the big news I've been waiting to tell y'all for the last month or so. But before I do that, of course, it is Monday, which means it is time for another Monday motivation. Like always, we're going to start with the scripture. I might have used this one before, but that's besides the point. It is still a good word. Alright, so today's scripture comes from Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit to the Lord in whatever you do, and your plans will succeed." Okay, y'all, today's video is going to be a little long. So if you can go ahead and just play the video, get ready for work, drive on the way to work, all of that, because it's a little lengthy. Today's Monday motivation is going to be a bit more of a story time kind of thing, just so it gives you the background of how I got to where I am now. Flashback to 2017. So in 2017, I was at the end of my graduate school program for marriage and family therapy, and with that I had to decide where I was going to go once I graduated. So I talked to one of my friends and I told her, I was like, hey, let's go to Florida after we graduated. But also Georgia and Florida are like right next door to each other. Like it's 15 minutes to the Florida state line. So we were always in Florida all the time anyway, and I fell in love with it, like the warmth, the stuff to do around there, everything. I fell in love with it. So I decided, all right, I'm going to go to Florida once I graduate. So come June, July, August, I started setting up interviews in Florida to start, you know, preparing to move down there. Now, one of my friends who lives there now, she decided to go ahead and move. So she was already there, had a place and everything. Me, I was like, okay, well, let me do some interviews first. So I would go down and stay with her for a couple of days or weeks while I would interview. So I interviewed June, July, August. I had an interview in, I think, July with a company. I didn't get the job. I was close to getting it, but I didn't get it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I interviewed September, October, November with different companies. I would actually drive from North Carolina down to Florida. Every time I had an interview, I would just drive down back and forth up the highway. I interview, sometimes I would hear back, sometimes I wouldn't, and I never understood why. I never heard back, like why they didn't just tell me I didn't get it. In November, I had an interview at the same company I interviewed with back in July. And this company is considered like a mental health emergency facility where it's people who get involuntarily committed, Baker acted, 1013 to the facility for, you know, really serious mental health issues like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, those kind of disorders. I interviewed for that position in November and I got it like pretty much on the spot. And I got a chance to tour the facilities and everything of where I would be working, and you know, I was like excited. I was happy that I got a job. I wasn't excited about the population that I was going to be working with, because in my program we weren't trained to work with that population or do therapy with that population. We were more so along the lines of, you know, talk therapy, you know, longer sessions, things like that. So this was going to be like crisis intervention therapy, like, you know, here's what you need to do that, next patient. And I was gonna be working with severely mentally ill persons. And first I just didn't feel comfortable, but I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get used to it. So the salary was good. I mean, it was pretty good for starting off. I had the benefits and everything, I had my own office and all this stuff. And I came back to North Carolina, I prepared to move, but I just really had this sixth sense about the job that I just wasn't going to be comfortable. I wasn't going to feel safe because of the population I was going to be working with. And it's going to be males with severe mental disorders. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm small. I'm only 5 foot. I'm petite. So I was just imagining myself getting thrown up against the wall, and I was just like, yeah, no. So I called the lady back, human resource lady. I called her back and I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna decline the offer. Thank you for your time. And she was trying to get me, y'all. She was trying to get me to accept the job. You know, we could work with you. We could get you on after Christmas, or if you want to wait till January. And I couldn't. Like, I cried to my parents. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I decided just not to take the job. Maybe I'll just stay in North Carolina, you know, just to live here. So I decided in 2017 that, like 2018, I was just gonna stay in North Carolina, work here, and that was that. So in North Carolina, you have to pass that exam that I told y'all about. You have to pass that exam in order to get be an associate MFT, in order to get a job. So a lot of the jobs here, they wanted you to have that exam. They wanted you to have like 5 years of experience. They wanted to have all this stuff. So I said I was just gonna focus on passing my exam this year. I was like, okay, if I pass my exam, and then I'll just move to Florida then. So I took the exam in May. I was okay, I'm gonna pass, then I could get a job. I took it in May, it didn't pass. Took it in October, I didn't pass. Then I was like, all right, maybe it's just not meant for me to move. Maybe it's just not meant for me to leave North Carolina. I might as well just stay here. So I just had in my mind that I was just gonna stay in North Carolina. I was gonna stay with my parents for a couple of years until I get licensed, get some money saved up, and all this stuff. So while I was doing all that, I just felt stagnant. I felt like I wasn't progressing in life. Like I had seen everybody else around me kind of getting jobs, engagement, married, baby, whatever. They were progressing in their life, and I felt like my life was really stagnant. Like I wasn't doing anything. I just needed something to happen. I just wasn't happy where I was at, and I felt like nothing was happening in my life. Like there's nothing to update on in my life. I just kept feeling that test, and I was just like, I don't know. I just no. In December, I told my friend Kalia, I told her, I was like, I'm gonna move to Florida in the next 2 months. I'm gonna pass that exam, I'm gonna move to Florida, I'm gonna get a job, and everything, you know, everything's just gonna fall in place, you know, with love life, all of that, everything's just gonna fall into place. It's just gonna come one after the other. And she was just like, all right. She said, you crazy, but all right, because she's always here for my antics. Kalia's always here for my antics. That's when I decided at New Year's Eve, so it was December, the end of December. Maybe a week later, I had an interview in Florida. So a week later, I had an interview at a company. Interviewed, didn't get that job. The next week, I had an interview at another company. Interview with that company. It was a group interview. I don't like group interviews, but whatever. But I didn't get that job. Had another interview at a private practice. That's the job I actually thought I got, because they were just like, oh yeah, you know, you can start this day and blah blah blah, and you know, you're working with me. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I got this one in the bag. I never heard from them either. I interviewed with another company. This company, okay y'all, this company, I went to interview. I went there, I was like, all right, I'm about to secure the bag. I'm about to get this job, because I am not driving down to Florida again for another interview. Like, I have been driving back and forth. In January, I've been driving back and forth from North Carolina to Florida maybe like 4 or 5 times in January. That is about 500 miles one way, so 1,000 miles round trip. So I was like, I'm about to go in here, get this interview, kill it. I'm about to come out with the bag secured. Okay, I was not playing any games. So I went to interview. I was like, I got this in the bag. I already know I got this. So I went in there. The supervisor was like, hey, so we have these different positions. They gave me 3 different positions. They gave me 3 different salaries. And they interviewed me like probably 4 questions. They asked me which position would I want, what population I would like to work with. So I got to choose the position I wanted, and I got to choose the population I got to work with. I was like, oh, and they told me about this. The job is like really flexible. I can work from home sometimes. I can work at the school sometimes. I said all I have to say, I finally secured the bag, you guys. I'm about to be a school therapist. yes, I'm super excited because this is the job that I wanted. Like, this is the job that I told myself that I was going to get when I graduated grad school, because I really wanted to work with like kids in the school system, being able to be like flexible, because I love the school schedule. Even though I'll still be working over the summer, that's besides the point. I like flexibility in my schedule and not being micromanaged, and this job is perfect for that. I'm so excited. So I finally tell you, I secured the bag. Everything is happening so fast, and it's just kind of like, here's one blessing, here's another one, here's another one. Like, God is working. Like, all that praying and that monotony and that stagnation that I felt like that was happening last year, I wasn't stagnant. I'm here to tell y'all, just because you don't see things happening around you doesn't mean that things aren't working behind the scenes. God is working in your favor. Just wait. Because I'm telling you, when the blessings come, they come at full force, and you just gotta be prepared to catch them. Like, I'm telling y'all. So as you're watching this video, I'm probably packing up my stuff and getting ready to leave on Tuesday. So I'm really excited. That's the big news, you guys. I finally secured the bag. As you know, I'm excited because I finally get to start my career as a therapist, and I get ready to share with you all how I'm adjusting and moving and all that stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you liked it, don't forget to share this with all your friends. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you guys. Bye.